Hey guys, Mustache here, coming at you with another figure review, this time of the Super Action Statues Sticky Fingers from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. First off, looking at the box, we do get that Super Action Statues at the top, the Sticky Fingers, or SF, if you're nasty, right here. Going down, we do have that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure logo, right down here as well, the Lucky Land Communications, as well as the SF. Going to the side here, we do get that beautiful picture of Sticky Fingers, doing this great, awesome, strong-looking pose. We do get the double B's with that lacing that we got with the Bruno Bucciarati figure. And then the SF again. And going to the back, we do have a great picture here of all of the poses that you can do, or some of the poses that you can do. Then we have that logo for the authentication, or sticker for authentication. Then going down here, we have the SF, I think a small bio here. The second head that you get with Sticky Fingers, the stand, the kind of extended zipper punch, the three extenders for that, the three sets of hands, and then the one pointing hand. Going to the top, we do have that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure logo again, the SF, and the JoJo and the Super Action Statues. And then going to the bottom, we do have those warnings. This figure is only good for ages, blah, 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 no choking on the hands, etc., etc. And then with the other side, it's the same as the first one that we showed off. And so let's go ahead and get this figure out of the box and check him out. So here we are with Sticky Fingers out of the box. And as you can see, looking great. First off, we'll get into the base. He does come with that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure base. I don't know if you can see that in the reflection here. And then actually you can see it a little better if I place my hand there. So that looks very nice. These come off. It actually comes with a single peg opposed to the Bruno base that actually comes with 3. And then going into the other thing, we do get that one articulated arm opposed to the Bruno's that comes with 2. And then going into something else here that I will mention, we do get a form here if you live in Japan. This is for any replacements or any mistakes that are with your figure. You can go ahead and get that replaced. And then next up, we get that articulation map, like I had mentioned in a previous video, but this time for Sticky Fingers. So you can see how this works with the zipper arm, some of the articulation in the waist, the arm, and how that works, and then the articulation map for Sticky Fingers. So we'll go ahead and set that aside and get into the figure here. First off, we'll start off with the accessories, of course, and the extra head. So first, we get that second head for Sticky Fingers, which is that yelling face. Going in here, we do get a very nice metallic blue. Going into the figure, we do get those spikes at the very top, which look very cool. And then we do get that screaming mouth. You can even see the tongue in there with those teeth. The gold on the chin. And then the zipper effects on the side of the mouth, which look very cool. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. And that is the only head that we do get with Sticky Fingers. We do get the 3 of the posts here for that arm, the extension arm, the zipper punch. And going into that zipper punch, here it is. We do get a very nice effect. It is very stretchy. The piece here does not move, much like the Bruno Bucciarati's piece. And then going into the bottom, very nice metallic coloring on the arm. Then we do get that arm guard, like so. And then when you are using this, you'll go ahead and just grab one of these posts. You'll stick it into the hole there, and then you'll loop that around, and then put that through that second hole here. And then you can finagle the little zipper effect to get it just how you want. But that's pretty much it. One thing I will say is this here, the hand does not come off. So you cannot replace this with any of the other hands. Like if you wanted to do the zipper grab, like and have this extend and have the grabbing hand on there, that does not work. That's something you cannot do. Then going into the figure here, very nice detail on the Sticky Fingers. Looks amazing. And then looking at that head like we did before, very nice metallic blue with that zipper effect, or the spike effect, and the zipper effect on the mouth. Going into the figure, we do get 360 degree on the head. You get front about that way, back about that way. This one does have the side-to-side articulation here. And then going into the arms, we do get 360 degree, nothing hindering in there. You do get up about that far. One thing you want to make sure is if you are doing poses, make sure they're going the right way, because that isn't necessarily all the way. If you put that around, he can now go lower. Going into the arm here, we do get the 360 degree at the bicep, the more than 90 degree at the bend here. One thing you want to also think about here is this arm does come off. It looks like it may have been usable for the punch, but since you can't change the arms, it wouldn't make sense to do that. Going into the wrist can go 360 degree, but if you have that right here pushed up against the guard, it will not do the back. So if you have it like that, you can get more articulations going sideways. And then going into the midsection here, he can go about that far. Then you kind of start to see the ab hole. So it goes about that far, back this far forward. And going down, one thing I forgot to mention too is we do get a little bit of articulation up here at the zipper pull, just a little 45 probably. And then going down to this one, you do get a full 360 degree that you can do here, like so. Just be careful with that because it is not pegged in, it is like glued in. Going into the leg section here, we can get about that far in a twist, that far going the opposite way. Both of these legs are the same. They are not hindered on anything. This is not like a seesaw joint in the leg to where if you pull one leg, the other one's going to go up, or vice versa. These are all kind of static pegs. And then going down into the thigh area, we do get that over 90 degree because we have two axles here in the legs. I do like that we don't get like a peg hole in there, so that makes it very nice looking. Then going down to the foot, we do have up about that far, down about that far, and a 360 degree there, and then the toe bend. So that's very nice. And then we'll glance over this figure here to show you some of the detail of Sticky Fingers. Looks very nice, kind of like leotard-esque. We have the zipper effect here, as well as on his chest, and some of those zipper pulls like we had mentioned before. Very nice figure, and then we have that peg hole in the back for the base. And then we'll go ahead and grab those hands now. Why don't we go ahead and actually replace that arm first. So we'll go ahead and pull this off. The right arm is the one that it works with the best. So you go ahead and pull that off, and then you just finagle that in there, like so. Make sure your peg is going in. So then we have this off. Go ahead and finagle that in there, and then boom, there you go. And now that effect is going. So honestly, the best time to have like this effect going is when you have a really nice dynamic like punch pose ready, or like him coming around the corner. We'll get into some of the poses later when we bring Bruno into the picture. So we'll go ahead and have this guy down here with that punch. So next up, we'll go into the hands. First off, we have one of our grasping hands. And since this is a left hand, we'll go ahead and replace this one real quick. You just go ahead and twist that off, and then make sure your pegs are lined up, and then you can just push that onto there, like so. And it's easy as that when trying to replace some of those hands. And then we'll get into the other ones. We have that other grasping hand for the right hand. We have a kind of like claw hand. We have two of these. So there's the one for the right and the one for the left there. And then last but not least, we do have that pointing hand, which looks very cool. Some of these are really nice because not all of them have the same movement on that zipper pull. They're all individual, so none of them are really repeated. So like this one here, this is both for the left hand, but as you can see, those zipper pulls are in different directions So it's not like it's a copy and paste with the top portion. So we'll go ahead and get the camera view changed, and then we'll get in here with Bruno Bucciarati and we'll talk about the rest of the figure. So here he is, Sticky Fingers, looking badass as usual. Got the great stand that's going, and you can really see, you know, the running pose there. If you did bring in Bruno here to go with them, they definitely look great together. They complement each other very well, that blue with the white, and you can even see it, you know, that it's transferred to the figure that way. I will have some pictures of these figures together near the end, so make sure to check those out. But overall, I do love the figure. I think there's great things about the figure. There are a few things that I don't like about the figure, like going with both of these guys together. I really wish that you could take this extension arm and use them on Bruno. I wish that this torso could deattach, and you could actually have that attached to Bruno's midsection. Because, you know, there are some times in the show where Bruno uses that, like, sticky finger punch, and it's only manifested in his arm. It's not like a full manifestation. Or, you know, sticky fingers will come out of his chest to, like, punch the wall or a pillar real quick, but never come, like, fully into view. And I think that would have been really cool to have with this figure, kind of like, especially when you buy two of them. There's no reason these two shouldn't have that effect together. You know, because a lot of times, unlike Narancia or Mista, you know, he is a full-fledged stand. He uses him in those, you know, particular situations. So that would work if they would have offered that in there. Especially going into, like, some of the scenes that you could make with them. I do love the effect of the clear, like, punch here. Because then, you know, if you really aren't looking, you would never guess that that was there. Like, you know, putting them like that in the camera, you're barely seeing that see-through piece. So it looks really good. And then seeing that extra head on here looks really great. So if you're somebody that wants to do these dynamic poses like this, it's really awesome. Another gripe that I do have with both of these figures, and I think Medicos figures in general, is this action base as well. These arms are only 180 degree of movement. You can only go front and back with both of these. I think if they were able to have a swivel, you would be able to get way more dynamic poses with those. And like, even looking at Bruno here, you see that, like, you're only able to have him this way. If I could move Bruno over to the side a little bit, that may make this effect look a little better. But other than that, coming back to Sticky Fingers, I think he does look really great, especially depending on how you display him there. You know, having even the box in the background, that's really good. You can see a lot of the dynamics of this figure with that. So, I'll go ahead and end the video there. If you like the video, go ahead and hit it with a like, hit it with a subscribe, and go ahead and comment down below with what figures you would like to see. Like I said, I do have Dio already here, about to get filmed, and be on the lookout for that. And I do have a few other figures coming, like, you know, I had to get the boy, Jotaro, I had to get Star Platinum, I have the World coming, and those are going to be reviewed as soon as I can get those. And we'll go ahead and finish out the video here. I'm Moustache. Peace.